Hello and heartily welcome to a new Docusnap video tutorial. Today we will talk about business frameworks for your IT documentation. Sounds a bit tedious at first, but it's a very exciting topic because it's extremely helpful for the daily work. There is ITIL, COBIT, TOGAF, and so on. All these frameworks consider the interaction of IT and business processes. This is a very relevant perspective, which we can also map in Docusnap. Which framework you use is of course up to you. However, mapping the dependencies of business processes on IT is very, very important. That not only helps you by finding errors quickly in case of an incident, but also helps you to plan and design your entire network architecture. But enough of great theory, let me show you with a practical example. Here we are on the start screen of Docusnap. On the left-hand side, we have the different areas of Docusnap. Above here, the interactive ribbon bar. And here we find our Data Explorer. To be able to map the business IT dependencies, we switch to the documentation area. And now we find in the Data Explorer the point IT documentation. By clicking the New button, I add a new framework, and I want to show you the creation using the example of the TOGAF framework. TOGAF stands for the Open Group Architecture Framework. Below here, we find the different views, and I create a new view and call it Architectural View. I can now do further editing quickly and easily in the editor. You can open it here. And I first want to add a new level called Business. And I want to sort it. That should be the first. And I give it a color. It should be blue. And save it. Here you can now find the level Business. Second, I add a level called Information Systems. This one gets a 2 and becomes red, and it will be updated here immediately. Third level will be the technology, and I choose a light green. Now I want to subdivide the information systems level, and for that I use the structural elements. First, application, sorted 1, and it gets a light red. And second, data, sorting 2, and we take a middle red. And that's how quickly and easily we created a structure that we can now fill with different processes as required. I want to save it first. And for our example, I would like to illustrate the dependence of the sales department on the exchange. To do this, I add an organization to the business level. Go to business, add organization, and I call it sales department. Under information systems application, I want to add now our exchange. By clicking this symbol, this plus here, add elements, I come to the Data Explorer, and here I can find our recurrently inventoried data under infrastructure, our domain, application servers, and here's our exchange. By clicking OK, I can choose the predecessor here on the right-hand side and choose the sales department and save it. Further, it goes with the data level. Here I want to have the organizational unit. We can get it also here in our Data Explorer. And I choose this one. And here the predecessor is not the sales department, but exchange. Save again. And last but not least, we want to know what systems the whole thing is running on. So we add in the technology our exchange server, and we find this again in the automatically inventory data under domain, application servers, exchange, and in the server configuration. For this one, the predecessor is the Exchange again, so choose it here and save it. If I close the editor now, we find our Toga framework with a nice diagram in our Data Explorer under IT documentation. Of course, I can also export it as usual, and in larger diagrams, I can use filter path or highlight path to perform an impact analysis to show the dependencies of business processes on services or individual systems. This was only a very small and simple example of the countless possibilities of illustrating the dependencies of business processes on the IT. Just try it out, and you will soon see that these diagrams are extremely helpful. For example, in answering the question, why does IT cost so much? As they show very clearly that no department, no process in the company is able to work without IT. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I would be happy if you joined us again next time. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.